It's time for the Ryan Haywood Show. Join us each week as we go inside Loogootee Lion basketball with Loogootee Lion head coach Ryan Haywood on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Greg Bateman back with Loogootee Lions head coach Ryan Haywood. And coach, as of this taping, practice after Thursday night, you said they were sharp enough you were going to let them go a little bit early, but it's like being all dressed up and no place to go as of this taping. No go for the weekend right after White River Valley's not able to go because of COVID up there.
Right, yeah, we talked about already where, we're not playing a ton of games right now. It's kind of a lull in the schedule where we're just playing one a weekend. And then, boy, when you get that one taken away, now, you're looking at 2 weeks at the end of February where you're not playing a game at all. So my biggest, challenge right now is how to keep things fresh, how to keep the guys energized. It's more psychological maybe even than physical, as far as practices and making sure we keep a high energy level and, so when we do start playing again, we're ready to go.
Well, I noticed at some practices, particularly tonight, you had the music ramped up and the kids seemed to be energized, as you said. I assume that's exactly what you're talking about, just trying to keep them up in any way you can. Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do the drills that you want to do. We're accustomed to doing the same drills, throughout the course of the season to accomplish, what we want done. So, but I think at this time you got to introduce some new stuff to them, and even if it's basically the same drill, just disguised a different way, just showing the guys new things, adding new things on offense, working on different defenses, even if it's not anything you're necessarily going to run or run a lot, just to keep the guys fresh, keep their minds fresh, keep them thinking. And, I thought our guys did a really, really good job tonight, of being very sharp. There's a lot of teams we would have beaten if we played tonight.
So take me through. You get a call midweek, White River Valley just can't do it. So what happens from there? I know you desperately try to get a ball game, but what actually happens?
Well, then you go straight to John Harrell's website and you start figuring out, who's missing games, who's had games postponed earlier in the year, and then of those teams, who has an opening this weekend. And we had a handful, but there's not many. I mean, and I just saw on the way over to practice that B&L and Evansville Harrison's canceling their game because there's no officials. So you take that into account as well. So, there's 4 or 5 teams we thought, if they really wanted to, could have made it work. But, it's their choice. They didn't want to play a double weekend, or, they have someone else in mind that they're looking to fill that schedule with. So, it didn't work out. But even if we don't, we're going to try tomorrow. I mean, we'll try all the way up to the end of school tomorrow, hop on a bus and go somewhere and play. But if it doesn't work out, we'll still play this game, whether it ends up being WRV later in February. Linton is a possibility later in February. But our option number one is to try to play this weekend.
To go back to the Bloomfield game, from a coach's perspective, I'm sure it's very important whenever you play a team like that, especially at home, to get off to a good start, and your team certainly did that.
Yeah, we did. And that's 2 games in a row where we scored 20 in the first quarter against Bar Eve, and then scored 16 in the first quarter against Bloomfield, and then the final scores end up in the 40s. And that's something that we've really talked a lot with our guys about, showing them on film. We have got to continue to play with pace, push pace throughout the course of a game. Not first quarter. Throughout the course of the entire game. And that's something that we've worked hard on here this last week of practice. But no, I was happy to come away with the win. I think Bloomfield's a very, very good team. Whoever makes it out of our sectional and regional, whether it be us or somebody else, that's very likely a team you could see at semi-state, with the chance to go to the finals, in front of you. So, it was a very good win for us. And, I think there's another level. I don't think we're playing our best ball still, but defensively we've been pretty good here as of late.
So tell me a little bit about what happens. As you mentioned, Bar Eve, Bloomfield, you get off to a good start, you get off to the pace that you want, but then it slows down. I know every game's different, and those 2 teams are very good teams. They have something to do with it, but what exactly happened maybe in the Bloomfield game in particular that your pace got slowed down?
Well, they only scored 4 in the first quarter, so you're only taking the ball in the net twice, and as they continue to score it more throughout the game, you're having to throw the ball in, which obviously you can't push the ball in transition as well there. But even, beside that, we just showed our guys, we'll take Peyton, for example. I've seen Peyton's praises a lot, so I can write him here one time. Early in the game, he's sprinting up the sideline, not even looking back for the ball until he gets down the floor, catches it, 1 dribble layup. Well, now we got him on film in the third quarter. He's running with the ball up the sideline. Layton's dribbling the ball, and we're just kind of jogging out in front of it, not sprinting down the floor. So I don't know if fatigue becomes an issue, if I don't know. And then on my end of it, I've got to do a better job of not relying on sets so much later on as the game goes. We've got to just continue to push the ball, let the guys play out a 4-out action, and then if we don't have anything, then we can kind of jump into a set. Not hold them up, and try to execute a quick hitter.
And we'll be back right after these words from our sponsors.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
You talked about tape, film. It takes me way back, but I don't even know. I know the coaches look at film and tape, but are there old-fashioned film sessions where the entire team gets in on it and you go over the film still?
Oh, absolutely. And I think you got to be careful. I think that, kids' attention span right now is about 10 minutes tops, but I think if you can break it down and show them a quarter, show them a half, with Huddle now you can clip things and show them specifics of exactly what you want to look at, whether it be out of bounds plays or sets or transition offense or whatever it might be. We probably don't watch as much film as other teams do. I'm just more of a get on the floor and talk about it kind of guy, but especially when we're getting later in the season, we watch some film.
So this weekend, assuming there's not a game, will you and your staff be able to take a little bit more time and I guess watch some of the things you do and practice those things, or will you guys be out trying to look at other teams and scout them?
Well, one of them's having a baby. The wife is, at least, so he'll probably be wrapped up there, and
probably.
Yeah. So Bryant's probably out of the picture, but I don't know. I'm still kind of in denial and thinking we're going to play tomorrow, and I know we're not, but I'm really hoping we are. We just have to play a game. But if we don't, there's games we can go watch. North Davis, I don't know if it's Friday or Saturday, plays Orleans. That would be our next opponent. That's a good game to watch. And with Huddle, and film the way it is now, you don't have to get out and necessarily scout to scout. You get everybody's film. I can have 5 films on Orleans in the next, 15 minutes, just through Huddle. So maybe it's a good time to take the wife out for dinner or spend a little time with the family where, you usually don't get to do that during the course of a season.
But, that tells me that you as a coach are enjoying this season. You probably do this every season regardless, but you're just so anxious to get those games in. You're just so anxious. It seems to me like you're really enjoying this team.
I do. I love this team. I love every team we've had. Every kid that plays for us. We obviously appreciate the effort, and they're like sons to you. As the season goes on. But I just feel like the ceiling of this group, and we saw it today, in practice. We were just so sharp and crisp, and we've got guys stepping up. Isaac Eagle's shooting the ball a lot better now. We got Drew Walker's making shots. Layton's on fire. And that goes, with Peyton and Luke and those guys. I'm just. Who knows how this whole thing will play out. We could get beat first game of the sectional, I don't know. But I also know at the end of that thing, we could be winning the whole thing. We're that kind of good, when we're on. So I just am excited about the ceiling, I guess, of this team.
All right, well, while we're on fire, let's get a game in this weekend.
Absolutely. We're trying desperately.
Coach, good luck. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You've been listening to The Ryan Haywood Show as we go inside Loogootee Lion basketball each week on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.